So we want to speak together the principle of developing pharmacovigilance system in manufacturers. Our objective is to learn about different components of pharmacovigilance system in manufacturers, to review qualification and responsibilities of qualified person for pharmacovigilance. Okay, first, the pharmacovigilance system. What is the pharmacovigilance system? The pharmacovigilance system is a system used by an organization to fulfill its legal tasks and responsibilities in relation to pharmacovigilance and designed to monitor the safety of authorized medicinal products and detect any change to their risk-benefit balance. A system used by an organization to fulfill its legal tasks and responsibilities in relation to pharmacovigilance and designed to monitor the safety of authorized medicinal products and detect any change to their risks benefit balance. Detect any change to their risk benefit balance. Overall quality objectives for pharmacovigilance: complying with the legal requirements. It should comply with legal requirements. The qualified objective for pharmacovigilance: preventing harm from adverse reactions in humans and promoting the safe and effective use of medicinal products. Promoting the safe and effective use of medicinal products, contributing to the protection of patients and public health. Contributing to the protection of patients and public health. Okay, the good pharmacovigilance practice. We want to learn the training, the equipment and facilities. We want to learn together the record systems, the documentation, and the qualified persons. We want to be a qualified person for pharmacovigilance. Principle for good pharmacovigilance practices: the need of patients, healthcare professionals, and the public in relation to the safety of medicines should be met. The needs of patients, healthcare professionals, and the public in relation to the safety of medicine should be met. Principle for good pharmacovigilance practice: the upper management should provide leadership in the implementation of the quality system and motivation for all staff members in relation to the quality objectives. Upper management should provide leadership in the implementation of quality system and motivation for all staff members in relation to the quality objectives. The number 3 of principles is all persons within the organization should be involved in and supports the pharmacovigilance system on the basis of tasks, ownership, and responsibility in a degree according to their tasks and assigned responsibilities. All persons in organization. The fourth principle is resources and tasks should be organized as structures and processes in a manner that will support the proactive, proportionate, and continuous and integrated conduct of pharmacovigilance. Risks and tasks should be organized as a structure and process in manner that will support the proactive and risk proportionate, continuous, and integrated conduct of pharmacovigilance. The fifth principle is all available evidence on the risk-benefit balance of medicinal products should be soft, and all relevant aspects which could impact on the risk-benefit balance and the use of a product should be considered for design for decision making. The sixth principle is good cooperation should be fostered between marketing authorization holder, competent authorities, public health organization, patients, healthcare professional, learned societies, and other relevant bodies in accordance with the applicable legal provisions. Okay, in this case, we have 6 principles for good pharmacovigilance practice. Good cooperation should be fostered between marketing authorization holder, competent authorization, public health organization, patient, healthcare professional learn. We should have all available evidence on the risk-benefit balance of medicinal product. Available evidence of risk-benefit balance. We should have a resources and tasks should be organized as a structure and process in manner that will support and proactive risk appropriation. We should have all person within the organization should be involved and support pharmacovigilance system. The upper management should provide leadership in the implementation of the quality system, and the needs of patients, healthcare professional, and the public in relation to the safety of medicines should be met. Good pharmacovigilance practice, training and equipment facility. We want to go deeper on these parts. The training personnel for pharmacovigilance. All personnel involved in the performance of pharmacovigilance activity shall receive initial and continued training. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Training of personnel for pharmacovigilance, continuous improvement of relevant skills, the application of scientific progress and professional development. Ensure the staff members have the appropriate qualification, understanding of relevant pharmacovigilance requirements, as well as experience for the assigned tasks and responsibilities. Okay, the training of personnel for pharmacovigilance. How should we do it? With continuous improvement of relevant skills, with application of scientific progress and professional development, with ensuring that the staff members have the appropriate qualification, understanding of relevant pharmacovigilance requirements, as well as experience for the assigned tasks and responsibilities. Training of personnel for pharmacovigilance. All staff members of the organization should receive and be able to seek information about what to do if they become aware of a safety concern. All staff members of organization should receive and be able to seek information about what to do if they become aware of a safety concerns. Training of personnel for pharmacovigilance. Adequate training should also be considered by organization for those staff members to whom no specific pharmacovigilance tasks and responsibilities have been assigned, but whose activity may have an impact on the pharmacovigilance system or the conduct of pharmacovigilance. Such activities include, but are not limited to, those related to clinical trials, technical products, complaints, medical information, terminologies, sales and marketing, regulatory affairs, legal affairs, and audits. Okay, we should have adequate training should also be considered by the organization for those staffs to whom no specific pharmacovigilance tasks they are on the terminologies, sales and marketing, regulatory affairs, clinical trials, and etc. The facilities and equipment for pharmacovigilance. We should have office space, we should have information technology systems, and electronic storage space. The compliance management by marketing authorization holders. The continuous monitoring of pharmacovigilance data. The examination of options for risk minimization and prevention, and that appropriate measures are taken by the marketing authorization holder. The scientific evaluation of all information on the risks of medicinal product. The continuous monitoring of pharmacovigilance data, the examination of options for risk minimization and prevention, and that appropriate measures are taken by the marketing authorization holder. Continuous monitoring of pharmacovigilance data, this is a compliance management marketing channel. The scientific evaluation of all information on the risks of medicinal products. Scientific. The submission of accurate and verifiable data on serious and non-serious adverse reaction to the competent authorities within the legally required time limits. The quality, integrity, and completeness of the information submitted on the risks of medicinal products, including process to avoid duplicate submissions and to validate signals. Effective communication by the marketing authorization holder with the competent authority, including communication on new or change risk, the pharmacovigilance system, master file, risk management system, risk minimization measures, periodic safety updates report, PSUR, corrective and preventive actions, and post-authorization safety study or PASS. We should have effective communication by the marketing authorization holder with competent authority, including communication on new or change risk. The pharmacovigilance system, master file, risk management system, this is the RMS, risk minimization measure, periodic safety update report we should have, corrective and preventive action, this is a CPA, and post-authorization safety study we should have. This is effective communication. We should have a quality, integrity, and completeness of the information submitted. This avoid duplicate of submission and to validate the signals. The update of products information by the marketing authorization holder in the light of scientific knowledge. We should have appropriate communication of relevant safety information to the healthcare professional and patient. If we do this, it means we are compliance management by marketing authorization holder. Okay, how should we have a compliance management by marketing authorization holder? By continuous monitoring of pharmacovigilance data, by scientific evaluation of all information on the risk of medicinal product, by submission of accurate and verifiable data on serious and non-serious adverse reaction, by quality, integrity, and completeness of the information submitted on the risk and medicinal product, by effective communication, PSUR, post-authorization safety studies, for example, by update of product information in the light of scientific knowledge, and by appropriate communication of relevant safety information to healthcare professionals and patients. Okay, how should we record management? How should we do the record management? The organization shall record all pharmacovigilance information and ensure that it is handled and stored so as to allow accurate reporting, interpretation, and verification of that information. A record management system shall be put in place for all documents used for pharmacovigilance activities, ensuring their retrievability as well as traceability of the measures taken to investigate safety concerns, of the timeline for those investigations, and of decisions on safety concerns, including their date and the decision-making processes. This is a record management. Record management system should be placed for all documents used for pharmacovigilance activity, ensuring we should have a traceability, retrievability of the measure taken to investigate safety concerns of the timeline. For those investigation of the decision on safety concern, including their date and the decision-making process. The organization shall record all pharmacovigilance information and ensure that it's handled and stored as to allow accurate reporting, interpretation, and verification of that information. Should have interpret, verify, and report accurately. This is the record management. Okay, the record management system, the management of the quality of pharmacovigilance data, including their completeness, accuracy, and integrity, timely access to all records, effective internal and external communication, the retention of documents relating to the pharmacovigilance systems, the traceability and follow-up of adverse reactions reports, the traceability and follow-up of adverse reaction reports. The system should have a traceability and follow-up of ADR. The system should have a retention of documents relating to the pharmacovigilance system. The system should have a timely access to all records. The system should have a management of the quality of pharmacovigilance data, including their completeness, accuracy, and integrity. Documentation of the quality system. In order to have a systematic approach, the organization should define in advance quality objective specific to their organization, method for monitoring the effectiveness of the pharmacovigilance system. In order to have a systematic approach, the organization should have defined in advance quality objective specific to the organization. Which quality specific we should have to reach the organization, and method for monitoring the effectiveness of the pharmacovigilance system. The quality system shall be documented by documents on organizational structure and assignments of tasks to personnel, training plans and records, instruction for the compliance management process, appropriate instruction on the processes to be used in case of urgency, including business continuity, performance indicators where they are used to continuously monitor the good performance of pharmacovigilance activities, reports of quality audit and follow-up audit, including their dates and results, training plans, and the records shall be kept and made available for audit and inspections. Okay, the quality system shall be documented by documents on organization, structure, and assignment of tasks to personnel, training plans, and records. This is a quality system. If the training plans, and we should have a training plan, we should record the plans. We should have instruction for compliance management process. We should have inappropriate instruction on the process to be used in case of urgency, including business continuity. We should have a performance indicator where they are used to continuously monitor the good performance of pharmacovigilance activity. We should report of quality audit and follow-up audit, including their dates and results of the audit. Training plans and records shall be kept up and made available for audit and inspection. Training plans. Documentation. The methods of monitoring the efficient operation of the quality system, and in particular its ability to fulfill the quality objectives. A record management policy, records created as a result of pharmacovigilance processes which demonstrate that key steps for the defined procedures have been taken. Records and reports relating to the facilities and equipments, including demonstrate that all the steps required by the applicable requirements, protocol, and procedures have been taken. Records to demonstrate that deficiencies and deviation from the established quality system are monitored, that corrective and preventive actions have been taken, that solutions have been applied to deviations or deficiencies, and that the effectiveness of the action taken has been verified. Okay, for the documentation, the method of monitoring efficient operation of the quality system, and in particular its ability to fulfill the quality objective. A record management policy, records created as a result of pharmacovigilance processes which demonstrate that key steps for the defined procedures have been taken. Records and reports relating to the facilities and equipment including functionality, checks, qualification and validation activities which demonstrate that all steps required by the applicable requirements. Records that demonstrate that deficiency and deviation from the established quality system are monitored. Additional documents. Additional documentation. The organization structure and the distribution of tasks and responsibility shall be clear and, to the extent necessary, accessible. The organizational structure and the assignment of tasks, responsibilities, and authorities to all personnel directly involved in pharmacovigilance tasks. The organizational structure and assignments of tasks, responsibility, and authorities to all personnel directly involved in pharmacovigilance tasks. Everything should be documented. Contact points shall be established. Critical pharmacovigilance processes. Continuous safety profile monitoring and benefit risk evaluation of authorized medicinal products. Establishing, assessing, and implementing risk management systems and evaluating excuse me, the effectiveness of risk minimization. We want to understand the process of critical pharmacovigilance. The first was continuous safety profile monitoring, benefit risk evaluation of authorized medicinal product. We always should evaluate benefit risk. Second is establishing, assessing, and implementing risk management system and evaluating the effectiveness of risk minimization. Collection, processing, and management, quality control, follow-up for missing information, coding, classification, duplicate detection. We should evaluation and timely electronic transmission of individual case safety reports ICSR from any source. We should evaluation and timely electronic transmission ICSR of individual case safety reports. Individual case safety reports we should have from any source. Signal management. In the last, we should do the signal management. Okay, we want to do the critical management, critical pharmacovigilance processes. In the sixth, we should have a scheduling, preparation, including data evaluation and quality control, submission and assessing of periodic safety update records of, or we should assessment of PSUR. meeting commitments and responding to requests from competent authorities, including provisions of correct and complete informations. Interaction between the pharmacovigilance and product quality defect systems. We should have an interaction between pharmacovigilance and product quality defect system. We should have a communication about safety concerns between marketing authorization holder and competent authorities, in particular notifying changes to the risk-benefits balance of medicinal products. We should have a communicating information to patients and healthcare professionals about changes to the risk-benefits balance of products for the aim of safe and effective use of medicinal products. Keeping product information up to date with the current scientific knowledge, including the conclusion of the assessment and the recommendation from the applicable competent authority. Keeping product information up to date with the current scientific knowledge, including the conclusion of the assessment and recommendation from the applicable competent authority. Implementation of variation to marketing authorization for safety reasons according to the urgency required. Implementation of variation to marketing authorization for safety reasons according to the urgency requires. Critical pharmacovigilance process. Of course, we should have a business continuity plans should be established in a risk-based manner and should include provisions for events that could severely impact on the organization's staffs and infrastructure in general, or on the structure and processes for pharmacovigilance in particular, and backup system for urgent exchange of information within an organization amongst organizations sharing pharmacovigilance tasks, as well as between marketing authorization holder and competent authorities. These are the critical pharmacovigilance process. Provisions for events, backup system for urgent exchange of information within the system. We should have a communicating information to patients and healthcare professionals, keeping product information up to date, implementation of variation to marketing authorization for safety reasons according to urgency required, scheduling preparation including data evaluation and quality control, meeting commitment and responding to requests from the competent authorities, communication about safety concern, interaction between pharmacovigilance, continuous safety profile, monitoring benefit risk evaluation, establishing, assessing, and implementing risk management system, collection, processing, management, quality control, CSR. Monitoring the performance and effectiveness of pharmacovigilance system. Okay, how should we do monitoring the performance and effectiveness of pharmacovigilance system? Reviews of systems by those responsible for management. Inspections, evaluating the effectiveness of actions taken with medicinal products for the purpose of minimizing risks and supporting their safe and effective use in patients. For monitoring the performance and effectiveness of the pharmacovigilance system, we should review the system. For responsibility management, we should inspect the system and we should evaluate the effectiveness of action taken with the medicinal product for the purpose of minimizing risk. and supporting their safe and effective use in patient. We should evaluate the effectiveness of action. Preparedness planning for pharmacovigilance in public health emergency. Any pharmacovigilance system should be adaptable to public health emergencies, and a preparedness plan should be developed as appropriate. Any pharmacovigilance system should be adaptable to public health emergencies, and preparedness plans should be developed as appropriate. Qualified persons responsible for pharmacovigilance. 7th European Forum for Qualified Persons for Pharmacovigilance Systems, QPPV, that was an event in 2013 that happens in the UK London workshop by the pre-conference, and they define the qualification of the qualified person responsible for pharmacovigilance in the European Union. They acquired adequate theoretical and practical knowledge for the performance of the pharmacovigilance activities. Anyone who has acquired adequate theoretical and practical knowledge for the performance of the pharmacovigilance activity is a qualified person. Qualification of the qualified person responsible for the pharmacovigilance in the EU. We have a lots of knowledge and we have experience also. A skill for the management of pharmacovigilance system, as well as expertise or across to expertise in relevant areas such as medicine, pharmaceutical science, as well as epidemiology and biostatics. The expectation is that marketing authorization holder will assess the qualification of the QPPV prior to appointment by, for example, reviewing university qualification, knowledge of pharmacovigilance requirement, and experience in pharmacovigilance. Role of the qualified person responsible for pharmacovigilance. What is the role? Having an overview of medicinal products safety profile and any emerging safety concerns. Having an overview of medicinal product safety profile and any emerging safety concerns. Having awareness of any condition or obligation adopted as part of the marketing authorization and other commitments relating to safety or the safe use of the products. Having awareness of risk minimization measures. Being aware of and having sufficient authority over the content of risk management plans. Having awareness of risk minimization measures, being aware of and having sufficient authority over the content of risk management plans, RMP. Having awareness of risk minimization measures, being aware of having sufficient authority over the content of risk management plans, being involved in the review and sign-off of protocols of post-authorization safety study. Role of the qualified persons responsible for pharmacovigilance. Having awareness of post-authorization safety studies requested by competent authorities, including such studies, ensuring submission of all pharmacovigilance related documents in accordance with the legal requirements and GVP, ensuring the necessary quality including the correctness and completeness of pharmacovigilance data submitted, ensuring a full and prompt response to any request from the competent authorities for the provision of additional information necessary for the benefit risk evaluation of medicinal product. The pharmacovigilance responsible should have awareness of post-authorization safety study, PASS, should have ensured the submission of all pharmacovigilance related documents in accordance to GBP and legal requirement, should have ensured the necessary quality, including the correctness and completeness of pharmacovigilance data submitted, ensuring a full and prompt response to any request from the competent authority for the provision of additional information necessary for the benefit risk evaluation of medicinal product, should have knowledge and prompt response to any request from competent authority. To continue, the role of this person is providing any other information relevant to the benefit risk evaluation, should do the benefit risk evaluation, providing input into the preparation of regulatory action in response to emerging safety concerns. For example, variation, urgent safety restriction, and communication to patients and healthcare professionals. Acting as a signal pharmacovigilance contact point on a 24 hours basis and also a contact point for pharmacovigilance inspections. If you want light to come into your life, you need to stand where it's shining. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that you enjoy from Dr. Shalviri lectures, and I also try to read the lecture from her. She is a very great professor that teach me a lot, Dr. Gloria Shalviri. Thank you so much. Bye bye.